Hey there, friends. Welcome to your energy update for the week ahead. What I've seen so far from the cards is showing a really classic dynamic, which is that you are in the process of stepping into fresh, new, exciting, grounded energy, but you might be feeling really lost, maybe confused. It might feel like things are very murky at the moment. And this is a very classic transformational dynamic because it's scary to step into something new. And your nervous system, your energy knows that you are moving into fresh territory. And one of the ways that it sort of resists that and it defends itself from what's new is it makes things very confusing. Luckily, that's not going to last for very long. So let me show you what I see in your cards this week. The first is our beloved and sometimes frustrating moon card, which often represents the deep unconscious realm, the realm of ourselves that we don't always see or that has been pushed away or denied in us. One of my favorite quotes of all time comes from Carl Jung, who says, until we have integrated the unconscious, it will rule our life and we will call it fate. And what he means by that is that there are many things that are happening in our life and we go, oh, it was fate that I would get in this crash, or it was fate that I would meet this person, or that my business would fail. And what he's saying is that underneath the surface, right, the deep side of the, what is it called, the iceberg. The deep side of the iceberg is actually controlling us. It's leading us in this direction. It's making us desire this thing. And we think that it's fate that's doing that, when really it's parts of ourselves that have not been integrated. So anyways, for many of you, this can be a sign that things are feeling murky, confusing. You might be feeling triggered quite often. It could be that you're having strange dreams, or you're feeling sort of drawn to less than constructive energies at the moment. Whenever the moon card comes up, it's a great time to disappear into the woods. It's a great time to write poetry, paint, lock yourself in the room, and do strange creative rituals throughout the night. This is a great time to not take overly zealous action. It's like something is a little bit scared in you, something's a little bit triggered, something is murky and confusing. You just don't have your right footing, and there can be an impulse to want to get out of that. But that's not the move right now. The move is to say yes to what's confusing. Give yourself space to let the mud settle in the water. So the reason that I say that this is a really normal and rather well-known dynamic within alchemy and transformative principles is that your next card is the Fool card, which means that you are stepping into fresh energy. But anytime one thing ends and something new is starting to come, there's a bardo period. There's a period where you're in between the two of those, and it's the place where you're stepping out into the emptiness, and you don't quite know what's going to rise up to meet you. Are you going to fall off the cliff's edge, or is the next thing going to show up? And that's an uncomfortable position to be in. It's the place of massive faith. It takes such great heart to be willing to go, I know these things in the past. I've known them, I've walked them, I've done this for 10, 15, 20 years, or whatever the time period is, or I've seen myself, I've known myself in this way for so long. I know these things. Now I'm stepping into new territory, and I have no idea what's going to happen. So that's where some of this the fog of the unconscious comes up. It comes up and makes us go, are you sure you want to step forward? Are you sure? Is it safe for you to move forward? Luckily, the Fool card is a sign of there being lots of potential. So it can be a wonderful mixture of some of that uncertainty, some of that fear that's coming up with the Moon card, and also great excitement, the electricity of new possibilities and new potentials. using an example as if you've been with somebody for a while or you've seen somebody for a bit and you know that place and it's coming to an end, and even if it hurts or it's confusing, there might be a crack in the doorway that goes, wow, there are so many other people out there, and the universe wants me to find somebody that really matches my heart, that really aligns with my life direction. And there can be that kind of excitement, even if there's some uncertainty, even if there's some loss. So at the end of the day, this is a great sign, and it's reminding you to put your attention on what's possible. Put your attention on what's beautiful. Play with some gratitude affirmations. Allow yourself to be filled up with the knowing that the next step is going to be really good. So this is quite a week. There's this newness that's coming in that can be a little bit overshadowed by some of the uncertainty and some of the unconscious pieces, that those unconscious pieces are ultimately going to want to get integrated so that you've got more foundation. But I wouldn't be terribly surprised if by the end of the week you are feeling more solid in yourself. You are feeling like, okay, I can do this. Okay, I have the things that I need. I have the things that will propel me into this next chapter in a really good way. It's totally possible that a dream of yours starts to come to fruition, a desire for something, that something shows up, an opportunity shows up. The 9 of Cups can be like a big blessing, like something showing up that's just really ripe, really good for you. It can also just be a sign of you feeling emotionally balanced, feeling like everything in your life is sort of settled, you're feeling settled, life is showing up in the ways that you want it to. So this is going to be a pretty revolutionary week. I would say for most of you, this could be a lovely turning point. For some of you, it's possible that you get a little bit stuck in this place because it's just really easy to get stuck in the moon realm. And if that starts to happen, it's like a Chinese finger trap. You don't want to like try to get out of it. The more you try to get out of it, the more it tightens down on you. You want to start to say yes to it. You want to be in conversation with the parts of yourself that maybe are afraid or uncertain, and create room for those. Imagine that these are young parts of yourself. How would you speak to a child if that child was really frightened? Are you going to try to explain why it shouldn't be frightened? Or can you create the comfort and the space for that child to start to soften, relax, open? All right, so this is your energy update for the week ahead. If you haven't hopped on the email list, definitely do so down below. Some of you are aware that I've got a 4-month embodied freedom workshop coming up where we really look at the principles of transformation, and we step into a direct experiential process of doing our own transformation and some group collective transformation. The initial round of applications have gone out. I'm getting ready to open that door again. So if you're interested, definitely reach out to me, and I look forward to connecting with you all soon. Take care.